Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to be doing some work on the Ultra 4 IFS car, Medusa. We're going to be doing some panel work, some belt work, getting a few things done, and having a good time. So let's get started.
Joe, can we please start the race car now? No. How about now? No. Bro, it's my race car. I'll do what I want. Okay. I'm firing it up, Joe. No, you're not. It's too late. Oh, man. I never get to do anything cool. What about tomorrow? Fine, you can start the car tomorrow.
Joe, it's getting cold.
Yep, close the
I
door.
like it. What are you doing over there?
I'm trying to figure out how to measure for this belt.
Okay, well, that's the belt we need. That belt's already on there.
Yeah, you wanted to add a tensioner, right? Or are we just adding a tensioner to this existing belt? We don't need a longer belt?
Yes, that belt's fine. We need this belt and the power steering belt down there. Check this out. We got all our panels for the car in. This thing looks great. Look at that. All wrapped. Of course, most importantly, we got the Team Olympus YouTube channel on there. Get it all figured out. Joe's a master measurer when it comes to these things.
Decent way to do it.
How are you measuring for the belt?
It's a fairly accurate way to do it. I'm just using an old wire, running it around and marking where it matches. Actually, it's this end.
And measure the distance.
And then measure the distance. It's not exact, but you can get pretty dang close.
It works. Back to the wrap. Awesome. Got all our great marketing partners we work with. Especially a big shout out to Torque Storm and Innovative Machine Solutions, and of course all these other guys: Florida Torque Converter, Raceline, Mickey Thompson, Fuel Injector Clinic, Lithium Pros, Radial Dynamics, Yukon, NRG, Holley, Power Steering Solutions, and of course all these companies up here. Good stuff. Good stuff. Couldn't do it without these guys. And then on this side is a little different. We're gonna change a couple things, but we've got to add mesh because this is all the area where the heat has to come out of the car. So we can see we got this design cut in here, and behind this will be some mesh. I don't know where it is, but Joe's going to be riveting all that on, and we'll make sure that we get that on video because it's such a riveting experience. So it's looking great, and this should be enough so when the radiator is blowing, all the heat can come out. Same with the tranny cooler up in there. You guys see that? Gets the heat out. So the hood, I had to make some changes. If you didn't see it, put a link up here on that video. The Hydro Boost was a little tall, so we have to change the hood, but I'll get on that here real quick. But I'm just really happy to see just kind of a complete picture coming together. It's been a lot of work, and I love it. Went with red and black. That is the colors we're going with. So both these cars will have similar designs when they're done. And if Joe gets these belts figured out, we'll be getting a belt here any minute. All right, Joe's got the belt measurement. Joe's got his coffee and he's happy.
Yep.
So let's go to AutoZone. All right. We are now at AutoZone. Let's go find some belts. So how long? 390?
Yeah, 390.
39 inches?
39 inches.
Okay. Well, I got a 390 K4. That could work. But I don't want Value Craft though. I want to get at least a Continental. We can compare that. We need a 55-inch belt, and all we can find is a 65-inch belt. Gotta look in the system, see what they got. Okay, so we got one of the belts, and Joe got the other one ordered from O'Reilly, so we'll pick that up tomorrow. Don't need it tonight, but all good. All right, back at the shop, so let's show you what we got going on and what we're doing and why. While Joe's working on the belt, we have these panels here. We have two panels that go up here. We were gonna wrap them, but then we decided not to. We actually have some carbon fiber vinyl that we're gonna put on there, but we wanna paint the other underside of it with steel it. So I'm gonna knock that out real quick. don't want a dramatic pause.
So we gotta get the coilover off so we can set the car at full bump. We don't want to impact these too much for fear of potentially damaging the coilover. So I'm gonna do it by hand.
So we should probably lift up the back of the car to pop that out.
Yeah, I'm
From
gonna
there.
pull these real quick and then I'll get the car off and it'll slide right out.
Okay. The reason that we're setting the car at full bump is this belt here. Something we were noticing is under full RPMs, it's the best way to explain it is this belt is just moving way too much. So what we're gonna do, let me set that down right there. We're gonna use this pulley and we're gonna make a mount to be able to just act as a guide, to just put a slight bit of tension. We're gonna see if we can fit that in there somewhere. I don't know. It may not work. It may work, but we're gonna set it down and see, because this arm here, it comes up. We gotta see where everything hits, and I don't know. We may not be able to do what I wanna do, but just if we can do something to help kind of act as a guide for this belt, that'll help the longevity of it. But again, gotta drop it down and see what's clear and where. Unfortunately, I don't think that pulley idea is gonna work, so I've got another idea in my head that I'm gonna see what's going on. We'll see. It's a little out there, but we'll see. So Joe's gonna get the car jacked up, coilover off, and we'll go from there. Joe, I think it's safe to say the idea for the pulley is not going to work.
Not where we planned.
There's clearly no way that can go in there. So, interesting. Well, let's do some thinking here and come up with a solution. The belt itself, am I overthinking? Am I worried by the movement of that belt?
Has it ever whacked the side of that tube yet?
Yes.
Then yes. Then no, you're not overthinking it. If it's already hit that tube once, then...
I mean, this thing, maybe we just need a little bit of a shorter belt. I don't know. I mean, I can pull that belt tighter and the tensioner has more. So let's play with that.
You know what would potentially work?
What's that?
Rotate that tensioner.
Is that possible?
Probably not. We'd have to find some way to do it.
Do we have something wrong?
No, I don't think you have something wrong. It's tensioning the right direction. I think if we could get more downward pressure on it, though, that would help. I don't know if rotating it's going to do it or not.
Well, let's take a look through everything and see what we can come up with and just make this perfect. So
Yeah,
Joe had this idea. Why don't we rearrange some things and play with the tensioner? So we just for testing, we rotated the tensioner this way, and actually it's pretty cool. The only thing we got to check obviously is, you know, this arm to that pulley, but at this point it gives a much shorter run here. It's almost hitting it right in the middle. The only thing that's weird though is, I don't know, we just got to make sure it's tensioning enough. But what were you saying though?
Well, what I was saying, the original problem is the distance from here to here is so far that it was allowing this belt to flex. If you were to push down on the short run, okay, it was nice and tight. If you pressed up on the long run, it was loose.
Flippity flappity.
Even though it was technically the same amount of pressure all the way around. So by rotating the tensioner down, we're shortening the run that the belt's going.
The only real problem is that tensioner's acting more of
Yes, so it's acting more of an idler because right here it's nice and tight, then it loosens up, and as I pull it up further, it starts to tighten back up again.
Yeah.
So it's not supposed to work in two directions.
Yeah, it just.
So we may have to figure out a way to maybe even rotate it even a little bit further, but we might need a different belt to make that happen.
So this one's too short?
This one's going to be too short, I think, at that point, because now we're changing the length that we're running on that. And it doesn't matter if we're within, a half an inch of this other pulley.
Yeah, the biggest thing is when that thing starts spinning boost, we want to make sure that the belt's tightening on it so we don't get belt slip.
Yeah, exactly.
Which we had that problem with the other car with the initial design. It wasn't tightening on it and we were getting some belt slip.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is probably the better idea. We just got to figure out a position for that tensioner. And
have we put this at full droop to see how it clears?
Let's drop it down and see if it right there clears.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Whack it, so let me know, but we'll give it a shot here.
Okie dokie. Let me move this out of the way.
Here we go. I don't think.
Oh, we got clearance for days, dude.
Yeah.
We got all sorts of clearance.
I think that's going to be the solution, is just to figure out a position to rotate that tensioner and go with a longer belt. I think if we rotate the tensioner a little bit further.
The other thing too is if it's not putting enough tension, we could always put it. We have room up here to put a manual tensioner down. And even if we had, I don't want to go to a manual tensioner, but even if we had to and just make that an idler, that's an option as well.
That is, we could put the tensioner up top and put the idler down low.
Yeah.
And that would, either way, that would be, those are the two options, I think. The two best options, to either use it like that or.
But the best thing so far with this is it's getting the belt away from the tube and it's a much shorter run. Oh yeah, but we still got stuff to figure out. Kind of see a better shot there. Woo!
We don't want to get short on time.
Joe, shut up. So,
I'm sorry. I'll just leave.
goodbye. There's the door. You're not gonna do it. All right. We also went ahead and sprayed the roof. Pretty dry now. I think we're good to go. Panels, definitely good to go. It's kind of hard when you're spraying it. It doesn't really lay out well, but once it gets on there, everything kind of flattens out. And this is all the inside of the panels. It's not the outside. But now we're going to go ahead and we'll set these up and we're going to wrap them. All right, we just set this panel over here on a towel in the trash can. We're going to flip it over, clean it. And then we've got some carbon fiber wrap. We're going to wrap this, make it look good. You ready, Joe?
Ready.
I don't think you were ready. a lot going on here. It's looking good, all sealed up. How's it look from the other side? Ooh, I'm glad we did that black. That really looks good there. So, got a little too much going on. Got the hydro dip panel that flows into the wrapped panel. And then now we have just the blank carbon fiber wrapped panel here, which we're gonna put a carbon shock technology sticker up there. Possibly, that, or we might put some more sponsor stickers up there. It could be a good spot to put Torque Storm and Florida Torque Converter and some of the other engine sponsors, but I like it. It looks good. This isn't a bad looking wrap. It's definitely not a expensive wrap, but it laid out decent. So definitely not a wrap professional aficionado, but we make it look good. So we got everything painted. We've got an idea now for the belt. Got the steering belt back on. What else did we figure out? Oh, the pulley will not fit.
Yeah.
We also figured out this thing looks dope when it's full squat.
Probably should have told me you were doing that.
I think you need to change your pants, Joe.
I'll be okay.
We knew everything clear, so why not let it down? But so we'll get the other panel up there. We'll get the roof next, and we'll start to tidy this thing up and get a bunch of stuff up here finished. We still got a couple tubes on that side we got to do, but we'll get her done. Just starting to make some different progress and looking like a race car. I'm happy with the way the wrap turned out. Definitely happy with the red and black. It looks good. Bunch of different stuff going on, all these different layers, and tried something a little different this time around. So, of course, got to make sure that we got the YouTube channel on there and people know where they go to see where this thing was built. One last thing, should we show them, Joe?
No.
No? I think I'm gonna show them. Whee! Check that out. So we got the mesh, we just trimmed it a little bit to slide it behind there and see what it's gonna look like. I love it. That looks amazing. And it's an aluminum, so it won't rust. We've used steel in the past, but I just, yeah, that's so annoying. You get it in there and there just rust, but that's awesome. You can still see through it, so obviously that's enough for the heat to dissipate and come through, but oh, that's nice. I like it. I like it a lot. So we'll get that trimmed there, and we'll have a piece of this to go behind there too. All that trimmed, and we'll figure out how we're gonna attach it. And that is it. That is it for tonight. So little things done on the car tonight. We got a few things figured out with pulleys, got some belts replaced, showed off the brand new panels and wrap. All the beautification going on with the car. Excited about that. You excited, Joe? We'll leave that alone. So. All right. If you liked the video, give us a big thumbs up and definitely comment below. Tell us what you think of the new wrap. We want to know what you guys think. We're really happy with it. I like it. Joe loves it. Tell us what you think. So, and if you're not subscribed,
Get subscribed.
subscribe to our YouTube channel, Team Olympus. You're already here, so make sure you're subscribed. We wanted to make sure on this car, especially with the YouTube channel, that everybody knows where they can go to see where this car was built and how we did it. And everything we did wrong. Or right. We'll see. But anyways, we're going to take off. It's late. And it was nice today, but apparently we're supposed to be getting some snow in the next few days. So we'll have to see how that goes and what we got going down. So make sure you come back and see us next time. Joe, fist bump for you, buddy. Ow! Fist bump for you. That hurt. Fist bump for you.
Daniel, we need to do something exciting. This is not any fun anymore.
All right.
No.
I got an idea.
No, you're not lighting me on fire.